Amy Duggar, a well-known figure from the popular reality TV series *19 Kids and Counting*, has always been open about her life, sharing both its joys and challenges with her fans. Recently, she took to social media to reveal a deeply personal and difficult chapter in her family's journey. Her husband Dylan King was diagnosed with a major health condition. The news sent shockwaves through their close-knit community of supporters, as Amy and Dylan are known for their resilience and unwavering faith. While this diagnosis posed significant hurdles for the couple, they have chosen to face it head-on, leaning on each other and their beliefs to navigate this challenging time. Dylan King, who married Amy Duggar in 2016, is not just her spouse, but also her partner in ministry and daily life. Together, the couple runs Forgiven Ministries, where they focus on spreading messages of hope, healing, and redemption. Their work has touched countless lives, making them beloved figures within their community. However, when Dylan began experiencing unexplained symptoms earlier this year, it became clear that something was seriously wrong. After weeks of tests, consultations, and uncertainty, doctors delivered the devastating news. Dylan had been diagnosed with a chronic illness that would require ongoing treatment and lifestyle adjustments. The specifics of Dylan's diagnosis were revealed by Amy in an emotional post on Instagram, accompanied by a heartfelt message aimed at encouraging others facing similar struggles. She explained that Dylan had been dealing with persistent fatigue, joint pain, and other concerning symptoms for months before finally seeking medical attention. What initially seemed like minor issues turned out to be indicative of a much larger problem. Though Amy did not disclose the exact nature of Dylan's condition in her initial announcement, she emphasized the importance of early detection and advocacy in managing serious health concerns. For Amy, breaking the news publicly was not an easy decision. As someone who values privacy, she admitted feeling torn between wanting to protect her family and recognizing the power of vulnerability in connecting with others. Ultimately, she chose transparency because she believes that sharing their story could inspire hope and provide comfort to those walking similar paths. In her post, Amy expressed gratitude for the overwhelming support they've received so far, and asked her followers to join them in prayer as they begin this new chapter. Since Dylan's diagnosis, the couple has made several lifestyle changes to accommodate his needs. They've adopted a healthier diet, prioritized rest, and incorporated more physical activity into their routines under the guidance of medical professionals. These modifications haven't come without sacrifices, however. Both Amy and Dylan have had to scale back on some of their commitments, including travel and speaking engagements related to their ministry. Despite these challenges, they remain committed to fulfilling their mission while navigating Dylan's health journey. One of the most striking aspects of Amy and Dylan's response to this diagnosis has been their steadfast faith. Throughout their marriage, the couple has leaned heavily on their Christian beliefs to guide them through trials. This latest challenge is no exception. Amy frequently references scripture in her updates, quoting verses about strength and weakness and trusting God's plan, even when circumstances seem bleak. For the Kings, faith isn't just a source of comfort, it's a foundation upon which they build their lives. Their approach to adversity serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of perspective during tough times. Rather than viewing Dylan's diagnosis as purely negative, Amy frames it as an opportunity for growth, both personally and spiritually. She acknowledges the pain and difficulty of the situation, but chooses to focus on the lessons they're learning and the ways it's deepening their bond as a couple. This mindset resonates deeply with their audience, many of whom have praised the Kings for their courage and grace under pressure. In addition to relying on their faith, Amy and Dylan have found strength in their community. Friends, family, and fans have rallied around them, offering prayers, words of encouragement, and practical support. From organizing meal trains to sending care packages, people have gone above and beyond to show their love and solidarity. Amy has expressed immense gratitude for this outpouring of kindness, noting how it has lightened their load during an otherwise heavy season. Another key element of their coping strategy has been communication. Amy and Dylan make a conscious effort to keep the lines of dialogue open, ensuring that neither feels isolated or overwhelmed. They regularly check in with each other about how they're feeling, physically, emotionally, and mentally, and aren't afraid to seek professional help when needed. This level of honesty and vulnerability strengthens their relationship and allows them to tackle challenges as a united front. While the road ahead may be long and uncertain, Amy and Dylan remain optimistic. They understand that living with a chronic illness requires patience, adaptability, and perseverance. But rather than letting fear dictate their future, they're choosing to embrace each day with gratitude and purpose. Amy often reminds her followers that life is unpredictable, and while we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond. Her positive outlook is infectious, inspiring others to adopt a similar attitude in the face of their own struggles. As part of their commitment to raising awareness, Amy and Dylan have used their platform to educate others about Dylan's condition. By sharing information about symptoms, treatments, and resources, they hope to empower individuals to advocate for themselves and their loved ones. They've also highlighted the importance of mental health, acknowledging that chronic illnesses don't just affect the body, they take a toll on emotional well-being too. Through candid conversations and relatable anecdotes, the Kings aim to break down stigmas surrounding invisible illnesses and encourage open dialogue. Looking forward, Amy and Dylan are determined to continue pursuing their passions despite the obstacles they face. Whether it's leading worship services, hosting events, or simply spending quality time together, they refuse to let Dylan's diagnosis define them. Instead, they see it as one part of their story, a chapter filled with hardships, yes, but also opportunities for growth, connection, and transformation. In conclusion, Amy Duggar's revelation about Dylan King's major health diagnosis sheds light on the realities of living with chronic illness while underscoring the power of faith, community, and resilience. By choosing to share their experience openly, the couple has not only given a voice to those navigating similar challenges, but also demonstrated what it means to find beauty in brokenness. Their journey serves as a testament to the human spirit's capacity to endure and thrive, even in the midst of adversity. As Amy and Dylan continue to walk this path together, they do so with hearts full of hope, knowing that they are never alone. Amy Duggar King, a name that resonates with many who have followed the Duggar family's journey on *19 Kids and Counting*, recently opened up about an incredibly challenging chapter in her life. Known for her warm smile and unwavering faith, Amy has always been someone people admire for her resilience and strength. However, when tragedy struck close to home, she found herself tested like never before. Her husband of several years, Dylan King, suffered a severe injury that not only shook their lives, but also brought into focus the fragility of human existence. The story begins on what seemed like an ordinary day. Life was moving at its usual pace for Amy and Dylan as they balanced raising their young children, managing their household, and navigating the responsibilities of adulthood. The couple had built a harmonious partnership rooted in love, trust, and shared values. Their bond had weathered various storms over the years, but nothing could have prepared them for what lay ahead. It all started with a routine activity, a simple task that turned catastrophic in mere seconds. Dylan, a hard-working man known for his dedication to providing for his family, was working on a project around the house. While details surrounding the exact nature of the incident remain private, it is understood that Dylan sustained a significant fall while attempting to complete this task. What followed was a harrowing sequence of events that would leave both Amy and Dylan grappling with uncertainty and fear. The severity of Dylan's injuries became apparent almost immediately, prompting Amy to act swiftly. She called emergency services without hesitation, her voice steady despite the overwhelming panic coursing through her veins. As paramedics arrived and assessed Dylan's condition, Amy stood by helplessly, watching as her husband was carefully loaded onto a stretcher and rushed to the hospital. Every second felt agonizingly long, each moment stretching into eternity as she prayed fervently for his safety. At the hospital, doctors worked tirelessly to stabilize Dylan, running tests and performing procedures to address the extent of his injuries. Amy remained steadfast throughout, refusing to leave his side even as exhaustion threatened to consume her. Friends and family rallied around the couple, offering support and prayers during this trying time. What made Dylan's injury particularly devastating was its potential long-term impact. Doctors explained to Amy that Dylan had sustained damage to critical areas of his body, including fractures and possible internal injuries. Recovery would be neither quick nor easy. It required extensive medical intervention, physical therapy, and patience, qualities Amy knew she needed to summon from deep within herself. Despite the grim prognosis, Amy refused to let despair take hold. Instead, she channeled her emotions into action, becoming her husband's primary advocate and caregiver. In the days following the accident, Amy documented their journey through heartfelt posts on social media. Her updates served multiple purposes: keeping loved ones informed, seeking prayerful support, and perhaps most importantly, processing her own feelings. Through these messages, fans gained insight into the gravity of Dylan's situation and witnessed firsthand Amy's remarkable courage. One post read, "We are trusting God every step of the way. Please continue to lift us up in prayer as we navigate this difficult season together." Such words reflected not only her faith, but also her determination to face adversity head-on. Caring for someone recovering from such a severe injury is no small feat. For Amy, it meant taking on additional responsibilities beyond those already inherent to being a wife and mother. From managing household chores to ensuring their children maintained some semblance of normalcy, Amy juggled countless tasks while simultaneously attending to Dylan's needs. Physical therapy sessions became a regular part of their routine, with Amy accompanying Dylan to appointments and diligently following instructions provided by healthcare professionals. These exercises were often grueling, pushing Dylan to his limits as he worked toward regaining mobility and strength. Yet, Amy never wavered in her encouragement, reminding him constantly of how far he'd come, rather than focusing on how much farther he still had to go. Beyond the physical toll, there was also an emotional component to consider. Both Amy and Dylan experienced moments of frustration, sadness, and doubt. There were nights when sleep eluded them, consumed instead by worry about the future. Would Dylan fully recover? How would their finances withstand mounting medical bills? Could they maintain the same level of intimacy and connection amidst such challenges? These questions lingered silently between them, adding layers of complexity to their relationship. Yet, through it all, they leaned on one another, drawing strength from their shared commitment to overcoming obstacles together. Faith played a pivotal role in helping Amy cope during this tumultuous period. Raised in a devout Christian household, Amy has always relied on her spirituality as a source of comfort and guidance. Now more than ever, she turned to prayer and scripture, finding solace in verses that spoke of hope, healing, and perseverance. Church communities near and far rallied behind the Kings, organizing prayer vigils and sending notes of encouragement. This outpouring of support reminded Amy that they were not alone in their struggle. A vast network of believers stood ready to uplift them spiritually and emotionally. While faith offered immense reassurance, practical considerations demanded equal attention. Financial strain loomed large as medical expenses accumulated rapidly. Determined to alleviate some of this burden, friends and acquaintances organized fundraisers to assist the family. Online campaigns garnered widespread participation, with strangers moved by Amy's vulnerability contributing whatever they could. Local businesses donated goods and services, further easing the pressure on the Kings. Grateful for such generosity, Amy expressed her thanks publicly, acknowledging the profound impact these acts of kindness had on their ability to focus on recovery rather than financial woes. Throughout this ordeal, Amy's role evolved significantly. No longer just a supportive spouse or nurturing mother, she embodied the essence of resilience, a beacon of hope for others facing similar trials. By sharing their story openly, she inspired countless individuals to persevere despite seemingly insurmountable odds. Social media platforms buzzed with admiration for her fortitude, with many expressing gratitude for her transparency. Women especially resonated with Amy's experience, seeing reflections of their own struggles in her narrative. Whether dealing with health crises, marital challenges, or parenting dilemmas, readers found solace in knowing they weren't alone. Months passed, and slowly but surely, progress became evident. Dylan began showing signs of improvement, achieving milestones once thought impossible. Each small victory brought renewed optimism, fueling their collective resolve to keep moving forward. Amy celebrated these achievements wholeheartedly, documenting each triumph with joyous posts that radiated positivity. Yet, she remained mindful of the road ahead, understanding that true healing takes time and effort. Patience continued to be key, as did maintaining realistic expectations regarding Dylan's recovery trajectory. Looking back on this chapter, Amy acknowledges the myriad ways it transformed her perspective. Adversity taught her invaluable lessons about resilience, compassion, and the importance of community. She emerged stronger, wiser, and more appreciative of life's blessings, big and small. Most notably, her relationship with Dylan deepened as they navigated this crucible together. Shared hardships forged an unbreakable bond, reinforcing their commitment to stand united regardless of circumstances. Today, Amy and Dylan continue to rebuild their lives, cherishing each new day as a gift. Though scars remain, both visible and invisible, they serve as reminders of battles fought and victories won. As Amy reflects on their journey thus far, she does so with humility and grace, grateful for the opportunity to share her story in hopes of inspiring others. After all, if there's one thing she learned through this experience, it's that even in our darkest hours, light can prevail, with faith, love, and unwavering determination paving the way. Amy Duggar King, a beloved member of the famous Duggar family from TLC's *19 Kids and Counting*, recently shared an emotional and heartfelt message on social media that has left fans deeply moved. In her bittersweet post, Amy revealed that her husband, Dylan King, is facing life-threatening medical concerns, a revelation that casts a somber shadow over what would otherwise be a joyous occasion, Dylan's birthday. The couple, who have been married since 2016, are known for their strong faith, unwavering love, and commitment to one another, making this news all the more difficult for their supporters to process. The announcement came unexpectedly as Amy took to Instagram to honor Dylan on his special day. Her words painted a picture of gratitude mixed with anguish, as she expressed both her love for him and her fears about the future. "Happy birthday to my best friend, my rock, my everything," she began, going on to describe Dylan as someone who has always put others before himself. However, the tone quickly shifted as she delved into the challenges they are currently navigating. "This year is different because we are walking through something incredibly hard, something no one should ever have to face," she wrote. While Amy did not disclose specific details about Dylan's condition, it was clear from her language that the situation is dire. For those familiar with the Duggar family, Amy's candor may come as a surprise. The Duggars have historically maintained a private stance when it comes to personal struggles, often choosing to focus on positivity and faith in public forums. Yet here was Amy, opening up about a deeply painful reality in raw and unfiltered terms. This vulnerability struck a chord with followers, many of whom flooded the comments section with messages of support, prayers, and encouragement. Some even shared their own stories of battling illness or supporting loved ones through similar circumstances, creating a sense of solidarity amid the heart act. Dylan's diagnosis, though unspecified, appears to be serious enough to warrant significant concern. Life-threatening medical conditions can encompass a wide range of possibilities, from cancer to chronic illnesses or rare diseases. Whatever the case may be, the fact that Amy described it as life-threatening underscores the gravity of the situation. It also sheds light on why she felt compelled to speak out now, to lean on her community during such a challenging time. Throughout the post, Amy emphasized the importance of faith in helping them navigate these uncertain waters. She spoke of trusting God's plan, even when it feels impossible to understand. "We don't know what tomorrow holds, but we do know who holds tomorrow," she wrote, echoing a popular Christian sentiment. For the Kings, faith has long been a cornerstone of their relationship, guiding them through various trials and triumphs. Now, more than ever, it seems to be serving as their anchor in the storm. Despite the heavy subject matter, Amy made sure to celebrate Dylan's life and character. She reminisced about how they first met, describing him as kind-hearted, humble, and full of integrity. These qualities, she said, are what drew her to him in the first place and continue to inspire her every day. She also highlighted his role as a devoted husband and father, noting how much he loves spending time with their two children, Mackenzie and Jameson. "He's the kind of dad who makes memories, not just moments," she wrote affectionately. In addition to honoring Dylan personally, Amy used the opportunity to thank friends, family, and fans for their ongoing support. She acknowledged that while this journey is far from easy, having a network of people praying for them and cheering them on makes a world of difference. "We couldn't do this alone, and we're so grateful for everyone standing beside us," she added. Her words served as a reminder of the power of community during times of crisis. As news of Dylan's health spread, reactions poured in from across the internet. Fellow cast members from *19 Kids and Counting*, and its spin-offs, including several of Amy's siblings, chimed in with heartfelt responses. Many expressed shock and sadness upon learning of Dylan's condition, while others offered words of hope and encouragement. One commenter wrote, "Praying for healing and strength for your entire family. You're not alone in this fight." Another added, "Dylan is such a wonderful man, and I know God will see him through this." Beyond the immediate circle of friends and family, the story resonated with countless strangers who admire the Duggar family. Fans praised Amy for her courage in sharing such intimate details and commended the couple for their resilience. Social media platforms buzzed with hashtags like "Pray for Dylan" and "Stay Strong Kings," reflecting the widespread outpouring of love and concern. Some even organized virtual prayer groups or fundraisers to help alleviate any financial burdens the family might be facing due to medical expenses. While the exact nature of Dylan's illness remains undisclosed, experts suggest there could be several reasons behind the decision to keep specifics private. Privacy concerns, potential complications related to treatment, or simply wanting to protect their children from unnecessary worry could all play a role. Regardless of the rationale, Amy's decision to share the information publicly demonstrates a desire to connect with her audience on a deeper level. By inviting others into their struggle, she is fostering a sense of unity and reminding people that they are not alone in their pain. Looking ahead, the road for the King family promises to be fraught with challenges. Medical treatments, doctor appointments, and emotional ups and downs will undoubtedly test their resolve. However, if there's one thing that stands out about Amy and Dylan, it's their unwavering determination to face adversity head-on. Their marriage has weathered storms before, from adjusting to life after leaving the spotlight of reality TV to balancing parenthood with personal aspirations, and each experience has only strengthened their bond. Moreover, the couple's ability to find joy amidst sorrow speaks volumes about their character. Even in her post, Amy managed to infuse moments of levity and warmth, recalling funny anecdotes about Dylan and expressing excitement for future milestones. This blend of realism and optimism serves as a powerful testament to their outlook on life. Rather than allowing fear to consume them, they appear committed to cherishing every moment together, no matter how fleeting it may seem. For those following their journey, Amy's update serves as both a wake-up call and a source of inspiration. It reminds us of the fragility of life and the importance of appreciating our loved ones while we still can. At the same time, it showcases the strength of the human spirit and the transformative power of faith and love. As Amy concluded her post, she urged readers to hug your people tight, tell them you love them, and never take a single day for granted. Wise words, indeed, coming from someone who knows firsthand just how precious life truly is. In the days following the post, Amy continued to engage with her followers, providing updates on Dylan's progress and sharing glimpses. Social media continues to be flooded with messages of hope and encouragement for the King family. Followers have rallied around them, offering not only prayers but also tangible forms of support. Some have suggested organizing meal trains or setting up crowdfunding campaigns to ease the financial strain that often accompanies prolonged medical care. Others have offered to babysit Amy and Dylan's children, giving the couple some much-needed respite from their daily responsibilities. One particularly touching response came from a fan who had battled a similar illness. They shared their story of recovery, offering words of comfort and practical advice based on their own experiences. "I've been where you are now, and I want you to know there is light at the end of the tunnel," they wrote. Such messages of solidarity underscore the profound impact Amy's openness has had on her audience. By sharing her family's struggles, she has created a space where others feel empowered to do the same, fostering a community built on empathy and understanding. As the weeks pass, Amy has remained diligent in keeping her followers informed about Dylan's condition. She posts regular updates, sharing both the highs and lows of their journey. Recently, she revealed that Dylan underwent a critical procedure, which, while successful, left him physically drained. "It's been a tough few days, but we're taking it one step at a time," she wrote. Her transparency has allowed fans to witness the realities of living with a life-threatening illness, from the exhausting hospital visits to the small victories that bring renewed hope. Through it all, Amy has maintained a steadfast focus on gratitude. She frequently expresses thanks for the little things, the sound of her children's laughter, a quiet evening spent together as a family, or even just a good cup of coffee. These moments, she says, serve as reminders of the beauty that still exists in their lives, despite the challenges they face. Even in the darkest times, there is always something to be grateful for, she reflected in a recent post. This perspective has resonated deeply with her audience, inspiring many to adopt a similar mindset in their own lives. The King family's ordeal has also sparked broader conversations about health, resilience, and the importance of mental well-being. Mental health advocates have praised Amy for addressing the emotional toll of caring for a loved one with a serious illness. Caring for someone in such circumstances can be overwhelming, and Amy has been candid about the need to prioritize self-care and seek professional help when necessary. "You can't pour from an empty cup," she wrote, encouraging others in similar situations to take care of themselves as well. Meanwhile, Dylan's strength and courage continue to shine through, even in the face of immense adversity. Friends and family describe him as a fighter, someone who refuses to let his diagnosis define him. Despite the physical and emotional toll of his illness, he remains actively involved in his children's lives, attending school events and bedtime routines whenever possible. His dedication to being present for his family has earned him widespread admiration and respect. As the King family navigates this difficult chapter, they remain anchored by their faith and the unwavering support of their community. While the outcome of Dylan's battle is uncertain, one thing is clear: Amy and Dylan's love for each other and their commitment to facing life's challenges together is a beacon of hope for anyone who finds themselves in a similar situation. Their story is a poignant reminder that even in the midst of hardship, there is room for grace, gratitude, and boundless love. In closing, Amy's bittersweet birthday tribute to Dylan serves as a powerful example of how vulnerability can foster connection and inspire others. By bravely sharing their journey, the King family has touched countless lives, proving once again that even in the darkest moments, humanity's capacity for compassion and resilience knows no bounds.